ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, tub and hot tub, rubber dub and me. Chugging hot tub,
Yeah!
Really make me sweat,
Yeah!
Chugging hot tub,
Yeah!
Really make me wet,
Yeah! Well, I tell you my two favorite days, Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday, I got Jerry Pridge, Tommy Santamont. And then today, I got the Buckeye boys and Wildcat. As long as I have Wildcat, I'm good. Glenn drives me crazy. Brian's okay. Wait a minute. No, they're great. I need them the other day. I'm going to need them. I'll be out a couple more days. So, no, they're awesome. All of them are great. No, I'm just messing with them. But anyway, today our special guest is a school board member. He's been there for a while, Steve Moss. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good, Coach. Good morning.
Well, the breaking news at the west end of the beach, we have a problem with some water issues. What's going on with the school board? Are they going to have school today or what?
Good question. So it's kind of been a cluster this morning. There's been a lot of moving parts. Evidently, the water shut off everything west of Richard Jackson Boulevard on the west end of the beach. So in other words, there's no running water. You can't flush the toilets. The sinks don't work. And not only does it affect the everyday citizens, but it affects all of our schools. Why? Not all of them. Technically, 5 of the 7 schools west of the Hathaway do not have water at this time. We've been in contact with the city manager. They were repairing or replacing a water main. They told us it'd be all complete by 6 a.m. So we were like, all right, we'll be good to go. At 6:15, the superintendent got a call and said it is not repaired yet. So now they're saying at 8 o'clock, if it's not done by 8, we'll have to close schools, at least those 5 schools on the beach.
Wow. So they'll have to run buses back to get the kids?
Or have parents come pick them up. We're hopefully confident. I don't know how legit that sounds. We're hopefully confident that the beach utility folks will come through and be done by 8. Again, they originally told us 6. That deadline has passed. So if you have a kiddo that is on any school on Panama City Beach besides Petronas and Walsingham, school right now is indeed open. We're having bottled water shipped to all of those different schools, and let's hope the running water is hooked up and ready by 8 a.m. If not, the superintendent might be closing schools, and they'll be notifying parents if that deadline comes and goes and the water is still not on.
It's kind of hard to have school. We have no water. Yeah. Can't flush the toilet. Can't go to the bathroom. Can't have drinks.
Can't even provide lunch.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
Or breakfast or just little things like that.
And this is not the fault of the school board. This is something totally different.
We've worked with the utilities department, and they assured us it had been done by 6 a.m. Well, that deadline has passed, and it is not complete.
I sure would like to have one of those shirts.
That's doing $3.90 there.
I really have one that says Coop Moss on it, to be honest with you. If you don't mind with the Gators, baby. Yeah, speaking of Gators, man, tell us some breaking news out of Gainesville. What's going on in Gator baseball land?
So big day today. Big day for the Moss family, I should say. We're driving down there. Coop was notified by the coach that he'll be getting his first action on the mound tonight for the Gators.
A true freshman.
Nice.
A true freshman.
He'll be on the mound. They play Florida International, and so we're excited. We're going to drive down there and watch him pitch. He's wanted to be a Gator now, and this is tonight's 19 years in the making, Coach. And so we'll actually see him on the mound in a Gator outfit.
Is it on TV? Do you know it's on TV?
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus. You can watch Coop Moss tonight. Tomorrow. What time?
It's tonight at 6:30, and then they play Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
Oh, so it is tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight. Yeah, they play Tuesday and Wednesday, and we think he'll get his shot tonight. It's the 6:30 game, and then 6 o'clock is Wednesday. So we're excited.
Steve, I know you can't predict how he's going to perform, but is there any kind of pitch count limit to what he's going to throw? Because he's only a freshman, 19 years old. Do they try to limit the younger guys, or what's the story there?
If he goes out there, Coach, and sucks it up, he might get 1 batter, maybe 2. So he better throw strikes and get outs, because they don't necessarily care if you're a freshman or a fifth-year senior. If you don't get outs, they'll put somebody else in, and he knows that. That's part of it. So he's going to get a shot and an opportunity. That's all you can ask for, but you got to perform when you're on the mound. Florida's ranked 8th in the country right now, and it's funny, Coach. Cooper was the district player of the year, regional player of the year, state player of the year for 4A. He was number 3 in Florida baseball. So you're like, that's a pretty good baseball resume. You go to Florida, and he said, Dad, I'm sitting the bench. He said, there's a whole team full of guys like this.
Yeah.
So you don't realize how good the talent level is at a school like Florida and Florida State and Tennessee and some of these big Division I's till you get there. And he goes, Dad, everybody here was player of the year at their school.
Do they redshirt
Maybe I
guys?
misunderstood it.
Go
Is
ahead.
he going to start, or they just promised him he's going to come in?
No idea. I doubt if he's going to start as a true freshman.
Okay.
He'll probably be a bullpen guy. And that's something different, too. Cooper, over the last 4 years of high school, has been a starter, right? Now, all those guys are bullpen guys. So it's a different way to warm up, get ready mentally and physically versus being a starter. So it's been an adjustment period.
Is it more freshmen playing now? Because in the old days, the freshmen didn't play hardly any.
They don't, especially in regards to the time of the portal. He said, Dad, he arrived on campus at an 18-year-old freshman at the University of Florida. He said, guys, there's guys on the team, Dad, that are 23 and 24 years old, fifth-year senior, six-year senior, portal guys that have already played 2 and 3 years of college baseball. So I would say, Coach, it's harder now for a true freshman to get playing time than it ever has because of the portal and because of they can bring guys in that have already played 2 or 3 years of college baseball. Why not start this freshman?
I was just wondering, do they redshirt guys like they do in football, or is this something with the portal that they know they can maybe lose them in the year? They try to get everybody as many innings as possible.
It's a good question. Usually in baseball, you only see guys redshirt if they're hurt.
Right, okay.
Via injury. Rarely do you see a guy redshirted because he just didn't get enough action or what have you, or playing time. It's usually just because of injury or something like that. But there's guys, I think he said there's actually 2 guys on the team that might even be married. But again, the average college baseball player now is 22, 23 years old. They're older than they are. And so these true freshmen, of course, they're not physically gifted as these guys that are 23, 24. They're 18, 19. So they're doing a lot of sitting as a true freshman.
No, the 2 baseball players are not married to each other. The 2 baseball players are married.
Yeah. I should have clarified that.
Yeah.
That would have really made headlines.
Yeah.
But we're excited. He's going to get an opportunity in a midweek game.
That's crazy. As a freshman.
That's good.
Yeah. Wow. So we're excited.
Oh, where do you get to hit the ball?
No, there's no two-way guys anymore. Even though Cooper was a two-way in high school and pretty successful, in college, rarely do you see a two-way guy anymore. You're either a PO, pitcher only, or you're obviously a hitter, so to speak, or an infielder. Rarely do you see that anymore.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because he can hit.
He had 20 home runs and batted .390 in high school, so it did pretty well against some good competition. But at the Division I level, rarely do you see a guy two-way anymore. It's always either or. Yeah, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
So tonight's the night.
Well, that big first baseman that Florida had a couple years ago,
Jack Caglione.
Yeah,
he was kind of the Shohei of college baseball in regards to he did both very well. He was a lefty that threw mid-90s, and then a guy that hit 400-foot home runs. But I don't know if we'll ever see a guy.
You know what though? 2 years from now, 3 years from now, they might be letting him hit the ball. Well, you don't know.
You just don't know. Correct. And the wild card is injuries. I mean, again, I told Cooper, just be ready. Eventually, I know you're a true freshman. You'll get your opportunities. God forbid if someone gets hurt or injured or who knows what the situation is. Just be ready.
Right. And they haven't played any SEC competition. No one has. When does that start? I haven't.
This weekend they'll play the University of Miami. That's a big series. Even though it's not conference, they'll go down to Miami for a 3-game set. They'll come back for a 3-game set the next weekend against High Point, and then it's in the conference play. They'll play South Carolina in conference play, and then next thing you know, it's the SEC tournament around Memorial Day.
Yeah. Wow, can you believe a Big Ten school's right there winning baseball? That's unheard of.
The SEC is just such a good conference. I'd be surprised if eventually you don't see an Arkansas or who knows, even a Florida or an LSU.
Yeah. Mississippi State's going to be good.
They're just stacked.
Yeah. Auburn's really good.
Is that UCLA?
Yes.
See, that's kind of misleading. They're not really a Big Ten school per se, like what Jason and I are familiar with.
Right.
I grew up in Ohio. I did track. My baseball friends, they had games snowed out.
Yeah.
I mean,
the weather. Yeah.
Yeah, UCLA's not really a Big Ten team, in my opinion.
Big Ten teams are on spring break, and they come down here and play Southern teams, and they usually get beat up pretty good because they're not practicing outdoors.
It's like football.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like the last 3 years.
It's like Indiana.
Like the last 3 years.
Oh, I forgot about that. My bad. But I tell you what, I'm pumped up about him playing. That's crazy.
He's
man.
excited.
What number is he?
He's number 18. He's the same number he wore in high school school. He just got lucky and was able to keep the same number that he had in high school. And now at Florida, the senior who had that number left, or I think he was a junior. But anyways, Cooper was able to keep number 18.
Now, is your wife going to get to go?
Yeah, she's taking off work today. She's an elementary school principal, so we're going to drive down there. And like I said, tonight's been 19 years in the making. She's wanted to be a Gator since ever.
Is your daughter still down there?
She's at Florida State.
Florida State, that's right.
So we have the house divided. I have one in Gainesville and one.
Is she going to go down and try to watch him?
She is not. Someone's got to stay behind and work and actually help us pay the
sticking to them Seminole roots. So you can't go support a Gator. I'm kidding.
How's Eli doing? What do you think about
He's
Eli?
doing well. They're roommates. He might get some action as well, either tonight or tomorrow. So they're
We're talking about Eli Blair, the big lefty.
Yep, they both went to the same high school here on the beach, Arnold High School, both now freshman pitchers at the University of Florida. And so I said that this is all you can ask for. I told Cooper last night, I said, you get an opportunity. Now, I'm not trying to put extra pressure on it, but you have to capitalize and make the most of this opportunity. And if you do well, chances are you'll get other opportunities.
Right.
But, and honestly, the key, this is going to sound silly, is just throw strikes. I've talked to so many of the pitching coaches. I'm like, hey, do you have any tips? How do you be a successful pitcher? And I'm thinking they're going to tell me something, off the wall about, well, you do this crazy stretch or you do this. They looked at me and said, Mr. Moss, just throw strikes.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds more simpler than it is, but you said you throw strikes, usually good things happen. You get guys out, you move on to the next inning. If you don't, you're usually sitting back on the bench.
It was when you said it, it popped right in my mind. I had read something or maybe heard it. They were talking to a golfer. I can't remember his name, but he's a good golfer. And he goes, how do you know someone's a good golfer? And one guy goes, well, you look at his swing, look at his head placement, his feet. And the other guy, they asked the other guy, well, what do you think? He said, it's the guys that get the ball in the hole quicker. It's just simple. It's
just simplify it and get outs. And I think it's been a real transition because, again, you think you got a pretty good baseball resume and you got this game figured out. Again, you're player of the year. You're almost to third place in Mr. Baseball. Hey, this is great. You go down there and you go, oh my goodness, I'm just one of probably 15 guys that can throw at 93, 95. Right. And then I think the biggest surprise as a freshman, Cooper will tell you this, is how physical even baseball players are. He said, Dad, I didn't realize. He said the second week I was there, we were in the weight room and these guys were throwing around weights like I've never seen before. And this isn't football. These are baseball players. Yeah. So any parent out there that has a kiddo or a grandkid that aspires to play at the Division I level, I would say make weight training a priority. Because he said, Dad, these guys are as physical as you've ever seen.
I'm glad you're talking about that because all the parents out here, we all think that our kids should be, they don't even understand. In the old days, you thought you were competing against guys in this part of the state. You're competing in the Southeast, the United States, and recruiting, and only the elite get to go, and you don't realize that. And now you're going against college guys. So you really got to even be better.
So every school is like this. So Florida brought in a guy from UCF. They brought a guy in from Notre Dame, got a guy from Hawaii, from Columbia, I believe. My point being is, in the portal days, you don't have to wait for a freshman to develop, so to speak. You can bring in guys that can pitch right now, that have pitched 2 or 3 years, that have innings underneath their belt. And so, therefore, it's harder now for a freshman, especially at the D1 level. You have to be elite, very special to get playing time as a true freshman at the Division I level. Not just Florida, but any school, because they've got portal guys that they can bring in and they don't have to sit out.
Well, one good thing about it, he grew up in a place where baseball's so huge and the competition's so great up here in the Pan. Look at South Walton, man. They're still got it rolling. They've got a great baseball team. How many guys they got committed? What he said was 3 or 4?
Probably 4 at least.
Yeah, maybe more than that.
They got a couple of dudes that are committed, coach, that honestly will never go to college.
They go pro. His son's unbelievable.
Is that the third baseman?
He's a pitcher.
Hit a home run off of him, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a two-way guy. Nick's son, Coleman. He is a Auburn commit, but he'll probably most likely. He throws it, believe it or not, 97, 98. Wow. Maybe even bumps it up a little higher. He'll get drafted. There's another fella. He's big. He's like 6'7". There's another kid on the team that's 6'9". Wow. Den Lord. He's committed to Mississippi State. He'll most likely go pro as well. Wow. It's nice to have that in a high school team.
Yeah.
Speaking of high school teams, we're going to try to get Coach Coffin on here in a minute. We're going to take a phone call first, then get him on. Okay. So you may take a break now. Is that what you're trying to tell me? We're going to stay on schedule if that's what you like?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'd like to have
That
talked to
works
Steve.
for me.
All right, let's talk about some of our
We can
great
talk
people,
to him
man.
when we come back. You know.
The legendary J. Michaels is open today. They were closed yesterday. Every Monday they're closed until, I think, March. But anyway, get out to the legendary J. Michaels restaurant. We're one day away from that world-famous J. Michaels spaghetti. Hey, it is cold, 34 degrees this morning. We don't worry about it. We got Stevenson air conditioning. That's the greatest thing I've ever done. I went with a local company. I went with a man that I trust. With anything, and that's Jason, graduated from Mosley High School. He started Stevenson Air Conditioning, family owned. It's exploded. I mean, they've knocked a home run. They're the best at what they do. Don't go national, go local, go Stevenson Air Conditioning. You'll be glad you did. He didn't try to take every penny out of your pocket. And they tell you they're going to be there, they're there. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. We're pumped up, man. We've got Richard Cox back with us. Cox Pools, the legendary Richard Cox, one of the best businessmen in the Southeast. Guy does an incredible job. You're going to get a pool, you want to get the best pool you possibly can get. That's Cox Pools. And now's the time to call and get yours. Hey, make your order, get it ready. It'll be good, ready to go when the summer gets here. Cox Pools, #1, and not even close. We're right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a phone call, I believe. Then we got Coach Coffin. Is that what we're doing? Oh, just Coach Coffin? Whatever, yeah, just whatever you
pay
want.
attention
Whatever
to that
you
way.
want, just let me know.
Hey, I want you to pay attention.
I can't. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
Join us Thursday at 5 for special guest NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, Pittsburgh Steeler great Terry Bradshaw. We'll get his take on the new Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy, the NFL draft, and does he think Aaron Rodgers is staying in Pittsburgh? Terry Bradshaw is on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson Thursday at 5.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 55 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy much of the day, but with a very small chance of rain showers in the evening and a temperature near 70. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Think your season's over? Let's turn your off-season back on. Hoops is heating up on Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal way to bet the NBA. So you can bet on teams, star players, and more. With games practically every day, there's always something to parlay. Roll with Hard Rock Bet all NBA season. New users get paid double winnings on your first 10 bets. Max bet of $50 per bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Filling in the...
ESPN Northwest Florida. We got Steve Moss with us this morning, Jason Kovalevsky, Jim Brandt. Jason, what's going down at Max Fitz Horse Nutrition?
We got a lot of new products in. We got a First Form Clear protein in. That's really amazing. Tastes like, if you don't want that, a lot of people don't want like a milky milkshake after working out. They want something that's kind of refreshing. So these are like a juice, but they're 90 grams of
like
90
juice
calories.
better than the thicker stuff.
Yeah. So we got free samples on all our proteins, so you can come down and try it out for free at our free sample bar. We have our InBody 570 help you track the results. We got certified sports nutrition on staff to kind of help you while walk you through if you need to know what to eat, when to eat it. But we're located on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Pier Park. I tell you what, if you're worried about getting sick with this cold weather, 1 minute's 30 degrees, next minute's 70 degrees. I'd get the Immune, I'd get the zinc, and take zinc every single day. That stuff's incredible. But he got everything like that. And if you do get sick, you get healthier quicker. There's no doubt about that.
And we just got some magnesium glycate in powder that absorbs a lot better.
Quicker.
Yeah, so it's really good. I've been using that myself. And then when we talked to Wildcat about the BPC, he's feeling better. If you're having any like connective tissue pain, arthritis, gut issues, BPC 157 will change your life. I can promise you that.
Yeah, he's a lot better. I've noticed he doesn't sweat as much as he's coming out of the bathroom. He's doing a lot better.
Maybe that's why that pipe burst there on the way
he was on the west end of the beach this morning. That's right. Did we ever get Coach?
No, sir. Left a message.
All right. So, Steve, I want to ask you this. How has Coop and Eli, I don't know if you talked to Eli or not, but how have they adjusted to the academics? I mean, Florida is one of the great schools in the country. It's ranked 19th nationally. I did a thing on that. It's really one of the best ones in the SEC. I think it was second best academic school in the SEC. Vandy was number one. How have they adjusted to that with athletics and going to class and all this thing? Are they online classes? Are they in classes? What are they doing?
So Cooper, I believe, has 5 classes. He said all of them are online except for one. But he has tutoring every single day, mandatory tutoring. It's not the athletes, it's not like the athletes have a choice whether they're going to show up or not. It's mandatory tutoring, regardless of what the class is. And so
5 classes?
5, and then all of them are online except for one, which is great because they're going to travel so much, especially when conference play happens. Yeah. They'll be all over the place. They'll be at Oklahoma and Arkansas, LSU, a variety of different places. And here's kind of cool thing. The tutors go with them on the road.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of cool. I thought the academic folks, they actually travel with them, which I thought was pretty neat, talking to some other players, parents and that. So that's kind of nice. I mean, not only Florida, but rarely do you hear an athlete, quote, academically ineligible. Right. I mean, you just don't see that anymore because there's so many resources for these athletes. I mean, there's tutors, there's special hours with the professors, there's old tests, there's new tests, there's a variety of ways they can be successful academically. So again, gone are the days where you hear athletes academically ineligible. Oh, they can't play because they didn't make the grades. You don't see that very much, not only at Florida, but any school, because they have more resources than they've ever had as athletes.
Yeah. What's he majoring in?
Sports radio.
Oh, nice.
No.
By the time we got somebody to take over.
No.
I made an A in that.
Huh? I'm trying to talk about
Julie made an A in that as well.
I'm trying to talk about it. Right now, sports management, and honestly, a lot of them are. I think players just when they're. What
about the family business? He's not going to. Is your daughter going to take over?
It's funny you say that. A lot of the players they discourage from taking pre-med, finance, pre-law, because they said engineering. They shy away from those type majors because they're honest in saying you are not going to have the time available to put forth those type of classes and be successful and be a student athlete. Wow. And so, up front, I know that sounds you mean you can't play baseball and be an engineer? Maybe you can, but it's going to be awfully, awfully tough. So they kind of discourage them from taking, or at least the student athletes, from those extra hard math and sciences because they said you simply aren't going to have the time management to be successful in those type classes.
So, Steve, you're joking about the sports management, sports thing. So, are you going to be the voice of the Marlins still, or are you giving that up? Or
how can you do that if you? What's
your career path here, man?
I've given up the baseball. I did it for 11 years. I was the PA announcer for the baseball team, so I gave that up and let another parent. I said I'm going to transition back to being a fan in the stands. But for 11 years, I was the PA announcer for the baseball team there at Arnold. Still probably going to do football because, of course, that's a fall sport. But in the spring, I said I can't be watching games in Gainesville and being the PA announcer for the local baseball team.
Steve made history as a PA announcer. He's started a riot at a playoff game. They have it in Tallahassee. This is what you don't do. Yeah. I was there. I was laughing.
It's tough being a parent of especially a pitcher and being the PA announcer when the umpire blows a call. Yeah.
Multiples.
That's a strike.
Sometimes
Steve's a strike, and the official hadn't given a call yet. Strike.
Sometimes the mic is muted, sometimes it's not. Right. And so sometimes you get that stink eye from the umpire, and say, all right, that's enough, So now I guess I can yell all I want to from the stands and not have to worry about being on the microphone.
I got to ask you, all right, this is something totally different. I got to ask you, because, we get a lot of information at Publix. When I walk around there, people talk, ask questions. And this can't be true. This cannot happen. And it's not sports related, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Bay High School students are not being let out of school to protest against ICE, are they?
No, that's all happening after school.
Oh, okay.
On their own time.
Okay, I knew there's no way they would let them do that. Okay, good. All right, I want everybody to listen to this. Steve's a Gator. This is Kirby Smart. He's in Gainesville. I don't know if it's Coach Spurrier's restaurant or not. Mario Cristobal is in the stands. Summerall's there, Coach Spurrier's there, and Kirby's speaking. And it's some kind of function. I really don't know what it is, but it's pretty good. There's a player, a guy that's playing for Kirby there, and the parents, and they had a 50-year anniversary and things like that. So that gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. Coach Spurrier, he'll mention in this conversation about a realtor. The realtor he's talking about is Coach Spurrier's daughter in Gainesville, Florida. Let me see if I can get this started from the beginning. Let's see if I can get it working at all. All right, here we go.
First of all, he was an incredible family, and he was a joy to recruit. We had a great time, had a great relationship. They were fun-loving. Just being back with them tonight, I hadn't got a chance to talk to them in a while, and they were going back and forth about the 50th birthday party he got and the 50th birthday party she got, and it wasn't quite the same. Mama wins out when it comes to that, but we probably sponsored that trip with all the NIL money we spent, so I promise you that's a good, safe bet, but that's all right. They deserve it. Mario's right behind him, and if it had been up to him, he would have paid a lot more NIL money. It came down to us, too, so I don't like you being real close to Mario right now. You know what I'm saying? He's still got another year left. Got to be careful around Mario. Sometimes he'll take your players, if you know what I mean.
That's not so funny.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all right. I was talking to Mario earlier, and he came up to me, and he gave me a Lane Kiffin joke, and he and Lane are very similar in a lot of ways. They're like best friends. And he came up to me, he's like, you ought to start getting on some protein shakes. You've had too many carbs. And I said, well, you probably ought to spend some time with Steve Spurrier because he won more conference championships at Duke than you have in Miami. So Coach Spurrier, he got to visit some. I don't know why you're over here laughing too now. Coach Summerall, I got to ask you a question. How about, is your daughter is a realtor? Did I hear that right? Is she the best realtor in Gainesville? Yeah. One of the best. Okay. Well, you're the fourth coach I played since being at Georgia, so she's getting a lot of money sold houses. She's going through it. And I have tremendous respect for this town. I had no idea how great a basketball town this really was.
That was Spurrier's right there beside him, and that's Kirby in Gainesville.
He had some zingers, didn't he?
He did great, man.
Okay.
Did anybody give it back to him and ask about those arrests and car racing and anything?
That was you say that.
Him and Rodney Dangerfield need to go on tour.
Yeah. There's an article that goes 12-year kids, unbelievable talent. Georgia just offers him a scholarship. And then under it says, yes, this 12-year-old kid was late to school, stole the car, and drove himself to school. Georgia saw
what
this.
Was Mario's reaction? Because those didn't sound too friendly.
Oh, they were on each other. It was pretty cool. They were all in there, different coaches. I don't know what kind of function it was. Again, I don't know if it was a Spurrier's restaurant or not, but there was some guys that work on the SEC network. Chris Doring, I think, was there. Yeah. He might have been running the thing. I'm not sure, but Spurrier was up there. And you've seen Coach Spurrier lately. He's having a hard time standing, walking.
Bless his heart. I saw him the other day. He was actually at the restaurant, and I don't know. God bless him. He was hobbling really bad.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much your knees can take, I guess, football-wise, but surely you'd think he'd be able to get a knee replacement or hip replacement or I don't know, whatever it might take.
His back's been bothering him, I think, too, but I saw him one day. Look, he couldn't even really stand up well.
It was pretty rough, yeah.
How old is he now, you know?
I believe
80?
in his 80s. He's in his 80s for sure.
He used to work out, jog, everything.
When I was at Florida, every Wednesday would be media day, and we'd be on the field. We would interview the players first, Danny Werfel, Ike Hilliard, Kwesi Green, all those. And then as we were interviewing them, up in the first row of stands would be Coach Spurrier on a bike, on a recumbent bike, so to speak, with his shirt off and a headband on, working out, right? And we'd say, oh, there's Coach up there, you know, and then he'd go take a shower, then he'd go do the interviews after that. But he was very active. Of course, this was, 20-something, 30 years ago, back when I was at Florida. But,
I love that guy.
Okay, can I interrupt for just a second?
Yes, please. Give us breaking news.
He's 80 as of 2026, and it says that he's got dealing with some chronic arthritis in his spine and hip, which is causing a mild limp. Confirmed his heart and lungs are in good shape. So
that arthritis, man.
There you go.
That'll get you.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We're pumped up, man. You guys check this out, Steve. I know you like me. We love Mexican food. Pepper's Mexican Grill on Panama City Parkway. It's right near Arnold High School where the TG Friday used to be. They remodeled inside. This is a place you want birthday parties or get-togethers. After the Hall of Fame, we went there and had a wonderful time. The legendary Thomas Ray was with us. And Coach Brian Norman was there. We had a great time. On Mondays, military, you get a 10% off on lunch and dinner. Buy one, get one free. We're talking about house margaritas, draft beer. Pepper's Mexican Grill on Panama City Beach Parkway. Of course, we know we got the one over in town on 77 right across from the old mall. That's incredible. Nobody knows about that, but we finally got one on Panama City Beach. Go check it out. I guarantee you will absolutely love it. Hey, Wildcat, man, we got to go see Pat Perno. I know Pat is going do what Pat does. He's the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, does an incredible job. Runs a restaurant like no other. The key word here is Beef O'Brae's Lynn Haven. That restaurant's incredible, but he listens. I told him, to go see Jason. I've got on some of this cholesterol medicine, stuff like that, and it's gone down, and I got off all these side effects. It's all natural. So he finally goes to Jason and sees you.
Yeah, we've been working together for a while now. He looks great. He's feeling great. He's lost probably like 30 pounds. I mean, he's doing great. So happy for him. But yeah, they come in probably once every 2 weeks, and we sit down and talk and kind of lead him in the right direction. And he's gotten off a lot of those medications, and his health markers are getting in check. So he's done a great job too.
And the way he trains his employees, I don't know if he trains them that way. He just hires wonderful food. I think it's both. You walk in, it's like they know you. They always got a smile on their face. I love the people that work there, but the food's incredible. Plenty of places to park. Now, we're already over in Lynn Haven, Wildcat. Yep. Steve might want to bring Coop a gator necklace or something, or let's try by in Tallahassee, give his daughter something.
That's a great
Where should he
idea.
go?
That's a great idea.
He's got a beautiful wife that really supports the family.
You can
know
get
what I'm saying?
one of a kind. Oh, she's got the bucks, huh?
Yeah. No, I was thinking you're gonna suggest some type of expensive jewelry.
Yes,
You can have a one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry made, one of a kind, and it's not that expensive.
No, they do great.
I did it on what Coach pays me. And I've got my one of a kind piece of jewelry that I got a year ago, and I still have it, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'll hand it down to my family. But spring and love are just around the corner, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in a beautiful diamond engagement ring, go talk to him at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in
Russ,
Lynn Haven.
Amber, and Patrick. Patrick, now, we forget about Patrick. He helped me when I got Jamie that necklace. He is awesome. They're great people.
He's the backbone.
He went to Arnold High School. Wonderful kid. All right, he's a man now. All right, we'll be right back. We got Steve with us. We get back, Jim Brandt, FSU. What's going on in Tallahassee? Maybe Steve Moss is going back to call games there. I'm not sure. We'll find breaking news. We'll see. His son goes to Florida, but he was calling games at FSU.
And as always, go Noles!
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get something you love with great deals this month at Panama City Toyota. Get 1.99% APR on a new Camry, rated best midsize car by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 2.49% APR on the Rocket Tacoma. Plus, 90 days until your first payment. And get 2.49% APR on the powerful Tundra. Plus, 90 days until your first payment. Come check out our showroom or browse online at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires March 2nd. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Coin and Bullion Reserves is now Coin and Bullion Reserves Fine Jewelry, a new name that reflects what we do best, fine jewelry and diamonds. Same trusted service for over 50 years. Coin and Bullion Reserves Fine Jewelry at 15th Street and East Avenue. Coin and Bullion Reserves is now Coin and Bullion Reserves Fine Jewelry, a new name that reflects what we do best, fine jewelry and diamonds. Same trusted service for over 50 years. Coin and Bullion Reserves Fine Jewelry at 15th Street and East Avenue.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
You don't know what his problem is.
Quit moaning, we're all hurting.
But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Yes. We have Steve Moss with us this morning, Jason Kovaleski, Jim Brandt. We want you all in Wildcat. We want you all to go out to one of the four newbies, have a wonderful time. Spring break is getting ready to get kicked off. I think we already have people down. And what you want to do watching the basement, go watch Cooper Moss at Newbies Field and Curve pitching tomorrow. Tonight, 6:30, and maybe even tomorrow. And then head on down to the Mothership. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment at the Mothership every single night with spring break going on. Go down and have a great time. And don't forget Glenn's favorite place over in St. Andrews, the big, beautiful blue facility. Go over there and have a great time. I love John Short, always giving back to the community. Let's make sure we support them. Get out to one of the four newbies, have a great time. Dr. Jim Brandt, what do you have for us today?
We're going to start with women's basketball. We're going to start with not so good, move up the chain a little bit. Women's basketball is still struggling. They're 9-19. They've lost 3 in a row. I don't see a real good outcome. I don't see them making a tournament, the ACC tournament, and certainly not the NCAA tournament, and not when they only got 9 wins. So they're struggling. Hopefully they'll pick it up here. Men's basketball, we talked about it last week. They had a big game on Saturday against Clemson, and Clemson's not ranked anymore, but I think they were ranked at some point this season. And Florida State went to Clemson and beat them. So that was a big win for them. They're up to 14-13. The men we're talking about now. They beat Clemson 70-65. They're 7-7 in the ACC. I checked. There's 18 teams in the ACC. 15 will make the tournament. And right now, Florida State is like at number 9. So if they can keep where they are and don't fall off the cliff, they should be able to make the ACC tournament, which I think is played in Charlotte. I didn't look it up, but that would be my guess. That's what seems to be. Everything else is played in Charlotte for the ACC. So they're going in the trending in the right direction. And after, having Leonard Hamilton as your coach for a long time, Jason, you know about this because you have a lot of knowledge about him. He was a really good coach for a long time. Oh, yeah. And starting with a new coach from scratch, that's tough.
And he's young. He was an NBA assistant, but he's never been a head coach as far as I know. So they're going to have some growing pains. But they had a rough stretch in the middle of the year, but they've turned it on, beating Clemson on the road. It's a big win for them. Yeah, that
really surprised. I'll be honest, that surprised me.
I believe they beat Miami too, which Miami is
Miami and Clemson
17-4.
For the ACC, that's pretty good. That's not Duke in North Carolina, but it's still pretty good. Softball, they're doing well. They're 12-4 overall. They had that crazy schedule last week, and we joked about it, where you play Dartmouth, and then you turn around and play Alabama, and they did that for 2 days in a row. So they were able to beat Dartmouth twice, beating Alabama not so much. And I promise, I turned it on for like 1 inning, 2 innings. The first game against Alabama was nothing. I said, this could really be a game. The first player from Alabama goes yard. They get another person on. The third person goes yard. The next one comes up. They have 3 home runs out of like 4 hitters.
Wow,
Alabama did.
Roll Tide.
So...
You're a softball school now.
Yeah, they are. They're a softball
At least for
school.
something.
So they beat Dartmouth twice, but lost to Alabama twice. But they're 12-4 overall. And then tomorrow they have Florida A&M. Friday and Saturday they have these crazy double headers where you play 2 teams at different time. Not obviously at the same time, but like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. They got Rutgers and Florida Gulf Coast down from Fort Myers, where James and I used to be called Florida Edison Community College, but now it's Gulf Coast. But anyway, they have a doubleheader. So, but they're doing well. I don't have any worries about them at all. They're very good. They're always good. They got a really good program. Baseball was 4-2. They were undefeated until they ran into this tournament. They beat Michigan and then lost to Auburn, number 9 Auburn, 8-5, and then lost to Nebraska, which to me was a real surprise. I didn't think Nebraska was anything in baseball. They lost to Nebraska 10-1, so I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Obviously didn't play well. And then tomorrow they have North Florida, and then for Friday, Saturday, Sunday they have 3 games against the Citadel. And I don't imagine Citadel would be much of a match for Florida State, I wouldn't think, but... Steve, you may know more about that in the college baseball world than I do, but that wouldn't seem like a real good match. I think they'll take care of them pretty good.
You are right. The big game will be March 10th, their first big test, I think, after the Citadel. They play Florida in Gainesville, March 10th. So not next week, but the week after, give or take, March 10th.
And don't they always play one in Jacksonville, too?
They do. It's always a 3-game series, 1 in Gainesville, 1 in Jacksonville, and 1 in Tallahassee.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so going back to Florida State basketball, Alex Steen, their starting center, is a client of mine. Just talked to him yesterday on the phone.
Is that right?
Really good kid. Played it at Arnold. And I said, how's the team going? He goes, we really think we're gelling. He said, we do understand that we're probably going to have to make a pretty good run, a pretty deep run in the ACC tournament to make March Madness.
Right.
But they said NC State did it a couple years ago, made it all the way to the Final Four. So he said, we know it can be done, but he said, we think as a team we're really gelling. Florida State basketball has a lot of great momentum. I think they have 4 games left, I believe, in the regular season, but they said, we realize that we have to win some of those. He said, those are winnable. I think there's another one against Miami, one against SMU. But he said, if we make it deeper in the ACC tournament, we think we might have an outside shot of making the big tournament,
that'd be good.
March Madness.
To me, that'd be quite an accomplishment because they started off really slow.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is going to be a down year, but they've kind of bounced back here, like we're talking about now. So
they've got the talent. We went to Tallahassee to watch them play Duke. At the time, Duke's ranked number 1 right now. At the time, Duke was ranked 6th, and they went down literally the last shot. So FSU, if they play well, they've got the talent to probably beat a lot of really good teams. So again, that Duke-Florida State game earlier this year in Tallahassee came down to the last possession. It was a really good game, and I think that proved to Florida State that if you play well, you can beat some really good teams. You can make a run. They did end up losing to Duke that game, but it was by 3, maybe 4. So it'll be interesting. But talking to Alex yesterday, he said, we got a shot, Mr. Moss. I think if we keep winning, especially in the ACC tournament, we might be involved with March Madness.
That would be a great accomplishment for a first-year coach.
Really big.
Yeah, because he's young. I mean, and I think that's the direction they wanted to go instead of bringing in somebody established, because Leonard Hamilton has been there for, 20 years, I believe.
Right.
So they picked somebody that could be a young, up-and-coming coach, and they're starting to turn the corner. You're starting to see the success on the floor, and I think guys are buying in now, and they have a real shot to win the ACC tournament. You win the ACC tournament, you're in March Madness, and anything can happen in March.
Right, that's true.
You talking football a minute ago, but Coach Norvell, CBS did their latest, the head coach with the most pressure in 2026, and I don't think it's a big surprise to anyone. The number 1 head coach in the country is Mike Norvell. His payoff will drop to $48.5 million. I didn't realize this. We all know offensive coordinator Gus is gone. But I didn't know this. I kind of blows my mind when I think about it. I should have. They've lost 17 games in 2 years. How many coaches do you know in America can lose 17 games in 2 years and keep their job?
Not many.
If they have a $55 million buyout, all of them.
Yeah, unless you're a
Well, that's what's hamstringing them. I think they would have moved on by now if not for that. I mean, but with them building the stadium, the buyout, it was just a perfect storm with the Alabama job opening, him getting a new contract, that huge buyout. So Florida State's in a little bit of flux right here. Football, it's going to be a little bit of a storm, but I think they'll come out of it. And Florida State's a proud program, especially with football, especially with the Bobby Bowden history. So they'll figure it out. It's just going to take a few years, and I feel for their fans in football for right now.
All right, we get back. We got Mario Cristobal, the head football coach at Miami. We're going to let him talk. He's going to get his digs back at Kirby now. We let Kirby jump on him. Now we're going to let you. Mario, you ready to go? Tell him to come on here in a minute. All right, let's talk about some of our great people.
He's ready.
Dr. Ward, skin cancer can be deadly. And thank God I went and saw him. It didn't look right, didn't feel right. Went in, and sure enough, got the results back. And now we got to make some options, what we're going to do with it. And I trust this guy. He's incredible. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. All it takes is 5 minutes to get checked out. If you're listening down in the Panhandle, Florida, there's an office near you. Listen to him tomorrow at 7:30 right here. He'll talk about the Florida Gators. He's a Gator graduate, loves the Florida Gators. The guy's incredible. That is Dr. Ward. Also, don't forget about Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. Don't forget. Steve, I love Steve Burtishaw. Swim coach at Mosley High School. I don't know how many years he's been a swim coach. Seems like forever. But they've had Steve's Bike Shop since 1976. I mean, you're doing something right and you stay in business that long. They're located on 23rd Street. These electrical bikes are taking over the world. They got new and used. They'll deal with you. If you got an old bike, you can't get the dang tires to stay pumped up, take it to Steve. He'll fix it. Better yet, get you a new bike from Steve. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street.
Don't forget the helmets. Don't forget the accessories.
Don't forget the helmets.
Steve's a great guy. He's been coaching Mosley Swim for so long. He taught George Washington how to swim.
Great guy.
Been there forever. Good guy. Steve's Bike Shop.
And you know, when you want the yard like a golf course, we all do. You know, but all you got to do, you got bugs in the house, you got spiders biting you. You got bugs in the yard. You don't want that. All you got to do is call Turf Pro Pest Control. You talking about local Patrick Garner, his family, Mosley people, daughter's a cheerleader over there, beautiful wife, beautiful family, son's a big-time bass fisherman. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Give them a call. Turf Pro come out. They'll come up with a game plan. They'll execute it. Your yard will look absolutely beautiful. You'll be jealous. I mean, everybody will be jealous of your yard because you went with Turf Pro Pest Control, as far as you know. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mario Cristobal, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
After a last-second win over Kentucky, the Auburn Tigers travel to Norman to face the Oklahoma Sooners in a critical SEC showdown. This game carries significant postseason implications as the Tigers are fighting to stay on the NCAA tournament bubble. Tip-off coming up tonight at 8 on your home for college basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 55 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy much of the day, but with a very small chance of rain showers in the evening and a temperature near 70. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy. I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs. All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending.
Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Shedder, he played like crap though.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Mario Cristobal getting back at Kirby Smart up in Gainesville, Florida. Let's bring it on right now.
I think the rules allow you to have time to rebut, so. I didn't know this was like this, but I'm glad it is. I'll tell you what, the first thing is it's a great piece right there to watch what a player like Carson Beck could do with great coaching. You know what I mean? But no, seriously, let's give it up for Kirby Smart. Let's give it up for Kirby Smart. I mean, if it wasn't for all his years of pre-NIL, we wouldn't have NIL right now. But did you reach the podium here? I don't know. The Robinson family, great seeing you. We leave at 9:30 on the Real Jet. Okay. We have more than one restaurant in Miami as opposed to Athens, but we can get to that. But certainly appreciate being here. I know I can go on for a little bit now. But no, you gotta give a guy like Kirby credit. You know what I mean? When you have all that time to sit at home watching us play on TV throughout the playoffs, when you don't take care of business, But congratulations on the SEC and the championship. That's awesome. We were 5-0 against the SEC. I don't know what you were, but man, I'm in enemy territory too. I got a feeling some of you are on Kirby's side. But no, you guys are super professional. I never felt so welcome in enemy territory. Except last year at the Swamp, 41-17.
That was stuck.
That was meant for that guy. The Georgia guy. Can we all say screw Georgia? Screw Georgia. There we go. All right, on to the real stuff.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's fun though. At least they had some fun with it, and they're not taking
That almost
it too
sounded
serious.
like it was a roast.
Yeah.
For somebody.
I think the next one, Summerall gets up and talks. We might do that later, but whatever. I want to check your guys' knowledge in college basketball. This is the most ranked number one. How many times? The most ranked number one AP poll. Give me the top 5 teams. It should be easy.
In basketball?
In basketball.
Dude.
Steve, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Kentucky's got to be it there.
What number? Top 5.
Oh, God.
Kentucky is there.
3.
3.
3, yeah, 3.
You both are correct.
3.
Jason?
Duke.
You are correct. What number is Duke?
2.
What number is Duke?
1.
You are correct. Duke has been ranked number 1 147 times. Kentucky at number 3 125 times. Who's number 2?
Auburn.
UCLA?
You are correct.
Ooh.
UCLA was second, 134. John Wooden for 10
You got to remember now, like in my generation, nobody ever beat. They won 88 games in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, they were unbeatable.
Yeah.
I mean, they were phenomenal.
10 national championships over that stretch or something.
10 in a row or something
Yeah.
like 10 out of 11,
We'll
something
never
like
see
that.
anything like that
Back when
again.
you watched them, was it weird see the ball going into a peach basket?
Yeah, it was. Couldn't dunk. I mean, couldn't dunk.
It's weird.
I mean,
But look
no
at the
three-pointers.
talent that went through there. Bill Walton, Lou Alcindor. I mean, Green.
Phenomenal.
What do you win? 8 out of 10 national champs, something like that?
Yeah. Something like that. It was ridiculous.
All right, we got number 1 Duke, 147. UCLA second, 134. Kentucky, 125. Who's number 4?
Got to be North Carolina.
You are correct, sir.
Okay.
They have 113 times. Who's number 5?
Indiana?
Kansas.
Indiana was number 6. Good pick, Jim. 54 times. What'd you say?
Kansas.
Kansas at number 5, 81.
UConn in there somewhere?
UConn is at number 10. They're tied with Ohio State. I didn't know Ohio State was so good in basketball.
Yeah.
37. Okay, since y'all did so well, who's 7, 8, and 9? Y'all made an A on this test. They're out west.
Gonzaga.
Out west, hot, real hot. Alex was in that state for a while.
Arizona.
Oh,
yeah.
Arizona 48 times.
Okay.
This one you should get is in the great state of Ohio.
Cincinnati.
45 times.
Bearcats.
Yep.
Who's number 9? Who's number 10?
I'm going to say Michigan's got to be up there.
No.
Good.
That's not a bad thing.
Good.
Well, I don't know.
Syracuse.
DePaul?
Syracuse. I would say Syracuse, maybe. That's not
DePaul?
No.
Syracuse?
Syracuse is a pretty good guess.
No. Gonzalez.
Gonzaga.
Yeah,
Gonzaga. There's a G in there, genius.
Whatever. 42
Coach
times.
got Gonzalez.
Now, who do we say was number 10? Ohio State's tied with who?
I don't know.
UConn. Y'all did a great
Oh, my gosh. See, some people outside of Montgomery, Alabama follow the news.
Mind.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
it's still early, but I got Gonzalez winning it all.
This is y'all.
Whoever that is.
All right, since we're on how much time we got? How much? No, that's. No way.
I tell you, I do know this. What women's team has the most number 1 ranks?
Oklahoma. Oh, what?
UConn.
Basketball.
UConn.
It's UConn.
Yeah.
That's a dynasty right there. I think they're number 1 right now.
They're the best program. That guy can coach.
South Carolina now. You watched them play?
Historically, Tennessee had a bunch too.
Yeah, under Pat Summit. And
look at
Gino
look
when
at
he
LSU.
came in,
I watched that LSU South Carolina game. That was good.
I'd love to see Gino take over like a Division I men's program just to see. You know what I'm saying? Because women are coachable. Men got egos. It's a little different. I know. I hate to even describe it like that. That's just been my experience, even coaching when I was in high school. So I would be very interested in how he would do like at an Indiana or a UConn or something like that, because the dude can coach. I mean, he just flat out is a winner.
No question.
All right, we got time. I'm going to do this. I wanted to get this in. I hadn't had a chance to do it. We got the top 4 coaches and how much the money they make. Does anybody know who number 1 is?
In basketball?
College football.
Football.
Those
Kirby.
coaches. Kirby Smart, 13.3. Who's number 2 and what does he make?
Well, it's Indiana now at 13.2.
Yes, you were correct. Who's number 3?
Probably Ryan Day, 12.3.
Ryan Day is at number 4. What'd you say? What's he making?
12.3, 12.2?
12.5.
Okay, something like that.
Okay, so you got 3 of the top 4. Kirby Smart was number 1, 13.3. Number 2 was Indiana, 13.2. Ohio State, number 4, 12.5. Coach Day.
I'm going to say Lane Kiffin's new contract, put him in there.
Over Alabama, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Steve, you agree with that?
I'm going to go with Gonzalez.
Gonzalez for the win, Bob.
No idea.
Jim,
I don't know.
Wildcat, does he have it correct? You have this is a yes or no?
Who's ever coaching Kentucky?
Yes.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. How much money does Lane Kiffin make?
I think he got 12.8. That was my guess.
Brian Haddad just texted me and said he just fell out of his chair.
13 million. Out of all these coaches, which coach out of the top 4 has not won a national championship?
Or a conference championship.
Or a conference championship.
Lane Kiffin.
You are correct.
Let me talk about him for just for a second.
Go
How many years is it going to be? You know, LSU won with Coach O. Go Tigers. They won with him. Didn't win with Brian Kelly. Viewed as an outsider. Now they got Lane Kiffin, who, as you just chronicled, has never won anything. So how many years are they going to give him when they get ranked in the top whatever in your poll, because it just means more poll, because they're in the SEC, they'll be ranked in the top 4 or 5 every year the whole time he's there, whether they do anything or not. That's just my opinion. How many years is he going to have? I don't see him winning.
That hurt.
What I'm getting at is, I don't see him winning. So how many years are they going to give him on top of the Brian Kelly fiasco?
I got the answer to that in just a second. We do the Alabama update. You're not going to believe this.
I will say this. He does wear people thin, so if he doesn't win, it'll be short. Like, it's not going to be like 2 years, but 3 or 4.
Let me change the scenario. Let's say that he does do well. Let's say that he wins a natty this year or next year, in 2 years. But in the meantime, old Kalen DeBoer falls off the map in Alabama. And Alabama comes open. Does Lane go to Alabama?
How are your thoughts on that?
I say yes.
I got something on that.
He'll leave them.
Depends on if Nick's still alive. I don't think Nick wants him there.
Y'all don't talk about Alabama right now. That's y'all taking my thunder away. Yeah. Anyway, we got Steve Moss with us more, Jim Brandt, Jason Kovalevsky. And Jason, we're going to give you some time to talk about your wonderful business over there. I love the store at Pier Park. I go to that one probably more, especially during the summertime. We'll go into town because the traffic's so bad. But I do like the one at Pier Park. You can try it before you buy it. You got a machine in there that measures your body weight and things like that. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have the InBody 570, so it's very similar to what a DEXA scan does, but they, read percent body fat, skeletal muscle, visceral fat, which is fat around your organs that you can't see, so that can tell us if you need to work on that, because that can be dangerous if it gets too high. Usually you'll lose visceral fat before you lose the other fats, so maybe you don't see results at first, but don't get discouraged. So we're able to put you on the body scan once we put you on that program and show you what your results are, whether you're gaining muscle or you're losing body fat, and that helps us adjust your meals and kind of recommend what type of food you need to eat and when to eat it. So those are at both locations. They're free for our customers. You come in, do a body scan, kind of get some information from our employees. But we do have a free sample bar as well for our products, so you can try out pre-workouts, proteins, some of our multivitamins. Anything we can sample, we try to sample out to take the guesswork out for people. We don't want anybody buying something that's just going to sit in the counter and not use. So come down, try some of our products for free, and talk to one of our experienced staff members about what your goals are and how you can achieve those, and get on the InBody, and we can start tracking your results for you.
I tell you what, go try it before you buy it. They are incredible. They're very knowledgeable.
I did, and I've been, what am I on, Jason? The
BPC 157.
And I've been taking them for a week, and I have energy.
Yes.
There was going to be
cranky.
There was going to be an issue. I'm still cranky. There was going to be an issue with my stomach, and I talked to my doctor about it, and she said, "Well, try it," and it works. I feel better. I'm on my way, and I got to tell you, I didn't think it was possible. But it is.
2 hour show.
Hey.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you asked.
I asked the question, I got the answer.
But I know a lot of people have stomach issues. BPC is great for your stomach. I mean, it helps with diverticulitis, ulcers, any inflammation. It's going to help reduce. And 90% of the ailments from stomach are inflammation.
They cut me from one side to the other to take that cancer out. So I was having some serious issues.
We know, we don't want to put this out public, but we know Glenn has some problems. And when he's in here,
that's up here.
We need to get that.
That takes the BPC and the joint boost. So he's doing very well with his joints and pain and all that too. It's phenomenal, man.
He likes those joints, all right.
I know some people think we're just trying to sell them something, but man, it's changed a lot of people's lives. I've had a lot of people come in, especially older people that have had arthritis for years, that just have been in pain, can't sleep, and it's really helped change their life.
And shout out to that girl's name that helped me out from Venezuela.
Yes,
I can't remember her name.
Sia's actually competing in the Arnold in 2 weeks in Columbus, Ohio. She's a professional bodybuilder.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a roof or just want something built, it doesn't have to be a roof, it can be anything. He's got contracts with the school board, the government. It's amazing. TK Vandy Roofing, general contracting. They design it, they build it, commercial, residential. They can do it all. And listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And if you're looking for a pool, and who's not, everybody wants a pool. You live in Florida, you got to have a pool. Go with the best. Go with Cox Pools. Great to have Richard Cox back. If you want to go with the best, it is Cox Pools. Now's the time to call them. Let them come out. Let them get started on it. Get that thing ready before summer gets here. Cox Pools, number one. Not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3 Alabama. What you've been waiting for, the Alabama Update. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
I know where Kyle Vandergriff can get a lot of
ESPN is above the rim. Exciting college basketball is back. Tune in every Saturday for the biggest games in college basketball, plus marquee evening matchups during the week. The Round Ball. And it goes for the win! You want it, you need it, and we've got it. College basketball plays here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 55 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy much of the day, but with a very small chance of rain showers in the evening and a temperature near 70. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. rely on it.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WPLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Small acts of kindness make a massive impact. This February, you can help Humble House Ministries continue their vital work in our community. They're collecting essential supplies all month long and need your help with donations of laundry detergent, dish soap, shampoo, and conditioner. Plus office supplies like copy paper, cardstock, and envelopes. Drop off your donations Monday through Friday at Elysian Med Spa on Thomas or Reliable Copy Products on Harrison. Help support Humble House Ministries. Together, you're sharing more than just supplies. You are sharing hope.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama updates brought by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. If it breaks down in the middle of the night and you're freezing, call Jason, call his crew. They'll get out there as soon as they can. They'll fix every problem you have. They are the best at what they do. Local family. He grew up here. He graduated from the great school of Mosley High School, starts his business, family owned. They are the most honest, hard-working people out there. Get it serviced twice a year. Right before winter or right before summer or anytime. If you hadn't got it done, get it done now. Your power bill drop, it lasts longer. If you got an old one, bite the bullets, get something new. Do like Jason did, one at the store, one at his house. And over a period of time, it pays for itself because your power bill drops. You were really surprised about that, weren't you?
Yeah, because my power bill was up to about $450 in the summer, and it dropped to about $250. So if you're saving $200 a month times 12, that's almost $2,400. That alone will pay for a new unit.
The thing about Jason, their guys, they come out and they teach you up what you need to do around the house to make it cooler in the summertime and warmer in the winter. They know what they're doing.
And if I've ever had a problem, it takes them maybe 24 hours to come to my house. It's not like,
try that with somebody else
later.
Yeah,
they get out there immediately and they'll help you and get your stuff fixed and service it.
I'll never forget going into J. Michael's restaurant. A guy stopped me, listened to our show, and he said, I called who I was with. It was going to take them a week to get out there. I listened to your show. I called over there. They came out and then said, I thought it was going to cost a fortune. He said, I think it was like $40.
Yeah.
He said, I'm with them from now on. They got a customer from now on. That's unbelievable. They are truly. If you haven't tried them, try them. Stevenson Air Conditioning. You'll be glad you did. All right, I want to get into Alabama. They kind of stole my thunder there, Big Daddy. But here we go. The Athletics' Stuart Mandel was one of the ones that made the prediction that LSU head coach Lane Kiffin will leave LSU and become the next head football coach at the University of Alabama. You will probably start hearing rumors around the 9th game, which means that Alabama will fire the board and that Lane Kiffin will become the next head football. That's his prediction. That Alabama will have a new head football coach, and it will be Lane Kiffin. We all know through the years he's wanted that job, this job he would love. It's no secret. Does that happen? I don't know. We shall see. They came up with I don't know if it's the exact same article. I think it was. I apologize, I really don't know. But they came up with the colleges that have the best head coaches in college football today. And Alabama's head football coach, DeBoer, has always been on this list, the top 10. He no longer made the list. And then you read later on about he's going to be fired and Lane Kiffin's going to be the coach. The number one university right now, the best head football coach, is Indiana. This surprised me. The number 2 team in the country with the best football coach is the Ohio State Buckeyes, according to these people. Number 3 college with the best head coach is the Georgia Bulldogs. Okay, I can agree with... I'd have all 3 of those in the top 3. Okay, I'd go with that. In that order, no, I wouldn't. I'd have Kirby still at number 1, even though maybe tied with Indiana. Now, at number 4, I don't agree with. He's the darling of the media world. Oregon's football coach, Lanning, came at number 4. I don't get that. What has he won? He has made the playoffs. Has he won the Big Ten? No. He hadn't, right? He
won it last year.
No, they didn't.
No, he didn't. Ohio State did.
No, they won it last year.
They beat Penn State 2 years ago. Ohio State lost.
Yeah. And they came back. But in the playoffs.
That's right. They won the national championship.
Yeah. They've been absolutely beat down in the playoffs. Not competitive at all. Ohio State
2 years in a row.
Indiana beat them like a drum last year. So I like Lanning, don't get me wrong.
But I don't think
to be in the top 4 when you got Dabo's won national championships, Marcus Freeman, what he's doing at Notre Dame.
Okay, well, listen to the rest of these and come back and tell me where you put him.
Okay.
At number 5, Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. At number 6, Stark. Number 7, Michigan with Whittingham. He's good now. I think he's going to do great things at Michigan. Anybody can win at Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, this one, I don't get this. I can't pronounce his name. BYU.
Yeah.
How do you put him in there? Now, come on.
It's a tough place to win. They do win,
I don't want to hear
but their schedule's so easy.
Cristobal at Miami was number 9.
He should be way higher after this year.
At number 10, LSU, Lane Kiffin. That's your top 10 according to this. Should Lane Kiffin be in the top 10? I look what he builds at Ole Miss. I guess so.
I would agree with that. I mean, Ole Miss is a tough place to play, and he built that up.
Give me your top 4.
I would go probably right now, and I know it's recency bias, Signetti 1, Kirby 2, Day 3, probably Marcus Freeman 4. I mean, I know he hasn't won the big one yet, but Notre Dame's a tougher place to play, and he's got them rolling.
For it.
Yeah, and he played for a national championship.
Stark hadn't played for it.
I'm not a big fan of Stark. I don't necessarily dislike him, but he has as many resources, as much talent as anybody at Texas, and he just doesn't win at that level. Going to 5, I would put Mario Cristobal there now, since look at that run they made this year, and he's made adjustments, and he's trying to fix things. He fixed that defense within a year, has made an offense that's really been competitive and made it to a national championship game. 6, 7, 8, 9, those you could throw those in a bag and shuffle them up. Sark will be in there, Lane will be in there. I'm trying to think outside the box here. Lanning would be in there. Michigan coaches will be in there.
I'm just sitting here thinking, listening, the guy who doesn't get any love at all, and is probably the best, one of probably the top 5 coach, is Kirk Ferentz at Iowa.
Yeah.
He's won 200-something games in the Big Ten. He gets probably the least talented roster year compared to those people every year, and he wins 9 games every year. Every year.
There's also some coaches on that fringe that we're really going to see if they're as good as we think they are. Matt Campbell and Pat Fitzgerald are now at bigger programs where they have better resources, and we're going to find out how good they are.
Here's the thing. Put Kirk Ferentz at Ohio State. Put Kirk Ferentz at Michigan. Put Kirk Ferentz at Miami. You don't think they'd win national title? I guarantee you he would.
Would you have had in the top 10 Elko at Texas A&M?
He's right there. I mean,
it's early to tell.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed how they finished the season, but, from where they were to where they are now, especially after the mess with, Jimbo, I think he's a really good coach. He's just got to take the next step.
All right, let's get back to Alabama update. Alabama, this is their schedule, and let's be fair and balanced, and let's think it as a coach and as a fan. Alabama has now 13 games scheduled in 2028 for 2028 football season. You can only have 12. They just recently got Georgia State. When I saw this, I already know the answer when I saw this. Alabama just added Georgia State as a season opener for 2028 season. The other non-conference games on September 2nd is Georgia State, September 9th versus the Ohio State Buckeyes, September 16th, UT Martin, and then on September 23rd, I think it's 23rd, they play at Oklahoma State. They're going to have to drop one of these ball games due to the SEC going to 9 games. We keep hearing the
This is 2028 you're talking about?
Yes. We keep hearing the word that they're not going to play Ohio State. I don't think they drop Ohio State. I want them to. I'll be fair and I'll tell you like it is. I'm coach there. I want them to win. I don't think we need to play them. That loss could keep us out of the playoffs. If we even have a decent team that year, I would drop Ohio State if it was me. You got enough tough games in the SEC. I think with the TV networks, the amount of money that's going to be made in Tuscaloosa that game, I think there's going to be so much pressure they're going to have to play that game. The one I think they're going to drop is Oklahoma State.
I would agree with that, yeah. Ohio State doesn't want to drop the game. I don't think Alabama really wants to, but it's just, like you're saying, this is all about making the playoffs. Those teams are probably going to face each other in the playoffs. So I don't think these are going to get scheduled in the future, but because they're on the schedule, the amount of money. Executives
push from the TV.
TV executives are running the sport right now. It's all about scheduling. Even the playoffs, the way they schedule that, are all about executives and how much TV money and not going against the NFL. So they're running college football. So I see those games being played in the short term, and then we're going to see whether these 9-game schedules are really going to hurt the SEC, and then we'll probably make a decision after that.
The other unknown in all this is how many teams in 2028 are going to be in the college football playoffs. Because if they expand to 16 or whatever, what difference does it make if you lose to Ohio State or Ohio State loses? What difference does it make? It's one loss.
It's actually probably a benefit.
You're still going to be in the top 16. You're still going to make it. I think that's a big factor, too.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think Texas,
you're not going to go undefeated.
Missing last year kind of like opened some eyes of some people because they lost to Ohio State. The Florida loss is what really kept them out.
That Texas loss is what's going to stop a lot of people. Right. I don't think Georgia ever play Ohio State in the future like they have it planned. That's just me. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back and do our Auburn update from Beef Braised Lynn Haven. But I tell you what, man, we're so pumped up. We just talked about a minute ago. You know, if you want to get that special person a special gift, if you go down to see your son in Gainesville, you hadn't seen him in a while, a gator necklace would be something he would cherish. And your beautiful wife.
No pressure.
Your beautiful wife that makes big-time money. Extremely successful, beautiful woman.
What do you
beautiful
get the person
daughter
that has
in Tallahassee.
everything?
That you want to make them happy. Show the love you have for them. Because you got class.
Do you know anyone?
You do.
Do you know anyone that fits this description?
I do. Okay. Maybe they working for school board. Where do they need to go?
They do the right
put
thing.
Up with you.
Where do they need to go?
They need to go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, have a one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry made that will become a family heirloom. Make sure you go down there and take advantage of their free jewelry cleaning and inspection. It can save you a bundle of money. Take it from me. I know firsthand. We're talking about David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
The key word there is in Lynn Haven. Also, Dr. Ward, the key word here is great. The guy is incredible. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Yes, we have offices throughout the Panhandle, Florida. And you're right. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go get it checked. Females out there, you got 2 things to worry about. What you get more than anything else: breast cancer, skin cancer. Check yourself out. If it doesn't look right, feel right, call Dr. Ward. We'll be right back. This is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll get back. We got the Auburn Tigers. What is going on at Auburn?
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Armand in Charlotte, North Carolina. What's up?
Believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever got myself in one of these sports talk shows, so it's an honor.
Hey, welcome party, pal. You were his first, so hopefully he won't forget us.
And you never forget first.
Can you let me handle that stuff?
We don't know. I mean, come on. We set him up. I don't speak often, so I got to get my dabs in.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 55 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy much of the day, but with a very small chance of rain showers in the evening and a temperature near 70. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief relief you deserve.
Find something you love with great deals this month at Panama City Toyota. Get 1.99% APR on a new Camry, rated best midsize car by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 2.49% APR on the Bucket Tacoma. Plus, 90 days until your first payment. And get 2.49% APR on the powerful Tundra. Plus, 90 days until your first payment. Come check out our showroom or browse online at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires March 2nd. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
I think they...
Eagle! Hey, hey, hey! Bum, 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 bum. War Eagle, baby. Get out to Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Have a great day today. You want to have a great lunch or great dinner. You want to watch all sporting events? Beef O'Brady's. Lynn Haven. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Pat Perno, City Commissioner, Lynn Haven. Does a great job. Love his restaurant. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. Tell them Coach sent you in there. They're going to treat you like family, and the atmosphere is second to none. Speaking of atmosphere, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's get into Auburn's basketball. I got a question for you experts here. Auburn, this is the 4 games they have left, and they're not guaranteed to make the tournament. And I think they need to win at least 2 of them to get in. I'd feel better if they win 3. Tuesday, they're at Oklahoma. Tip-off, I think, is 8. I think they can win that one. Saturday, they got a home game, which you know how hard it is to beat them at home. They got the Ole Miss Rebels. I think that's a win, 7:30 tip-off. Then another home game versus LSU. That's Tuesday, March 3rd, 9 o'clock tip-off. Then the big one, the Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa. Alabama beat Auburn in Auburn. Can Auburn go into Tuscaloosa and get the revenge? I feel pretty good about Auburn going 3-1 and also getting in the tournament. Steve, out of those 4 games, how confident are you that Auburn can win 2 or 3 of those games?
I'm not confident they're going to have a winning record, much less run the table or this or that. I mean, they sure haven't shown much fight over the last few years, honestly. We'll see if they can somehow miraculously turn it around, but the SEC's not getting any easier.
What's different than in the past is the losing 3 home games. You know, that Bruce, they were just like unbeatable at home, it seemed like, and this year that hadn't been the case. Jim, what's your take on this? Can they get 3 wins there?
I would say probably not, but you know they haven't played as consistently this year as they played with Daddy Pearl. I don't know. We talk about the Florida State coach taking over a tough situation. Well, I think Steve Pearl took over an even tougher one because his father was the coach, very successful, and the expectations got a little ahead of him. And
they won a big game against Kentucky the other day, which was big.
That helps.
Like Wildcat said about 1 point, but still, it does count as a win, I think.
They're 1-5 in the last 6. They've lost 3 of their last 3 on the road. They go to Oklahoma. That's no gimme. They have to win this game at Oklahoma, or else I don't see them making the tournament. Yeah. Outside of winning the SEC tournament, because right now they are 15-12. That would put them at 15-13 with Alabama on the road at the end of the year. I don't see them winning that game, so that would put them around 17-14. I don't think that makes the cut in the SEC. The SEC isn't as good this year as they were last year, at least top to bottom. Mm-hmm. Florida's the best team in the conference. I think they're ranked, 7th or 8th?
Yeah.
So it'd be a tough sled if they don't beat Oklahoma tonight.
I'm kind of with you. If they beat Oklahoma, they're going to win 3 games, 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah, they'll beat Ole Miss probably. LSU is definitely a win unless something just falls off the rails. But Alabama on that last game on the road is going to be very tough to win.
I'm going to be Andy Burcham. We'll listen to him Thursday at 8 15, and he can give us a little insight what's going on. I think the Auburn's going to go 3-1, and they're going to get in. All right, let's get into SEC basketball atmospheres. They did a survey, and this is what they come up with. Wildcat, we'll start with you. You're a basketball guru. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is the best atmosphere in the SEC? Give me your top
I know
4.
what he's going to say, number 1. I guarantee
You got better.
I'll bet breakfast on it.
Yeah, 1 through 4.
Tell him, Wildcat. Preach, brother.
Who's in there?
You know it's the Kentucky
You're in there,
Wildcats.
baby. Yes, sir. What number?
Rupp Arena.
They made the top 4. What number? Are they number 1, 2, or 3?
I'll be humble, and I will go number 2.
I'd say number 1.
Number 1. They got the biggest
Arena.
stadium.
I'm trying to be humble. Really?
All wrong. What number out of the top 4 is Kentucky? 3. You are correct. Jim is correct.
This is the SEC?
This is the SEC. Mm-hmm. It's old facility. It's old. You sit way up high, 25,000. I'd like to go. Who are you got? We got 3 to go. Who's number 1 and 2, or who's number 4? Come on, give me some.
Would Florida be in there?
Come on.
Is the Gamecocks in there?
The Rowdy Reptiles?
No, Florida didn't make it.
This is a great atmosphere over there, though.
It is.
The McConnell
All right,
Center.
see, we're doing the Auburn thing. I'll say Auburn number 1.
You are wrong, but Auburn is in the top 4. What number?
Auburn's got to be 2 then.
You are correct. Jim Brandt is knocking out the ball.
Who's number 1?
Is it Arkansas, Bud Walton Arena?
Arkansas is number 1.
There you go.
I even named the
Who is number 4?
Give extra points.
There you go.
Wildcat, who's number 4? You should know this.
Tennessee?
You are correct, Wildcat. Good job, Wildcat. That's your top 4. Where does Alabama rank in this?
Probably 5th or
15th.
6th.
9th.
Oh, really?
9th. Anyway, that's your top 4 best atmosphere in college
They
basketball.
play outside in the parking lot.
I watched the Arkansas game. Maybe it was Alabama or somebody there, and that was pretty impressive.
What are the best fist fights after the game?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
Arkansas basketball, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. That's your top 4.
They've had a history of great teams. Nolan Richardson back then was
they were really good.
Really, really good. So that makes a lot of sense.
I want to jump on Auburn softball. They got destroyed by UCLA. But they're now SEC, they're 0-0, like everybody. But overall, they're 13-4. They're 5-0 at home. They're 0-1 on the road and 8-3 neutral site games. Now, they start off this week. Thursday, they got Troy. Friday, I believe they also have Troy. So that's what's going on in the world of softball, because I brought that up the other day. Steve, did your son, because we got South Walton people committed to this school. We're talking about Auburn's baseball. Their stadium is incredible, what they've done up there. I think it's one of the best in the SEC. Did you ever consider Auburn? Did y'all go check it out? I mean, I know you went to Florida.
Orange and blue is definitely our color scheme, just not that orange and blue. The Auburn orange and blue is a little bit navy. We like more of the royal blue of Florida. Not necessarily. I mean, Cooper grew up a Gator fan. I'm a Florida alumni, and so that was always his dream school to go to. It just happened that that was the first offer he received from a large Division I school was Florida in 8th grade. And so we thought, well, should we wait, honestly, to see if some other schools are interested? And he said, Dad, Florida's been my dream school since I was a kid. What would we be waiting on? It has the academics, it has the athletics, it's in-state, it checks a lot of boxes, it has a great coaching, great facilities. So Cooper went ahead and committed to Florida in between his 8th and 9th grade year.
I love it when these great players follow their hearts.
Yeah.
It's just
can we go the other way? Jim, let me ask you this question. Should a father let a young kid in 8th grade make a decision that's critical in his life? Is that child abuse to you?
Well, it's funny you say that. So here's the downside to that, and there was a downside. So Cooper committed early in between his 8th and 9th grade year to play at University of Florida. What that did is it did not allow us the opportunity to go visit an Arkansas or an Ole Miss or some other player, some other schools. I mean, how awkward would it have been if Cooper's committed to Florida and then it comes back to the coaches that, hey, the Mosses were at LSU this weekend on official visit. Well, wait a minute, isn't he already committed to Florida? So the downside to that is that Cooper committed so early to UF, we were all in. And if God forbid something would have happened, we didn't have relationships with any other school.
How your mindset is compared to other parents where they knew the kid was going to go to Texas, but let's go visit Alabama and get a check for $50,000 to go take a visit.
Yeah.
And
we were very loyal to the University of Florida ever since he committed. Now, could that have backfired on us? Yeah, maybe. But Cooper was committed. I say we, but Cooper was committed at 14 years old, and we stuck with it. But could it have backfired on us? Yeah, I guess maybe. But if it did, it did. We stayed loyal throughout the 4 years and never wavered.
But
nowadays,
that kind of integrity is gone in the sport.
I was going to say that's so refreshing in this day and age where kids are
absolutely.
I'm committed, but I'm going to take my 5 visits, and this is my top 5, and I'm like, that's not really committed. That's like saying I'm married, but I'm going to date these other 5 girls until I get married.
I have an open marriage.
Yeah.
To me, it sends the wrong marriage, the wrong message on marriage and recruiting. So it worked out. I think. He's where he needs to be. And honestly, just not to get too deep, but we prayed a lot about it.
Yeah.
We thought about it and prayed about it and asked around and did our homework and our due diligence and felt comfortable about it.
The bottom line is, they're it's the second best academic school in the SEC if you go by this one poll. So he's going to get a great education down there. That's a great school.
Well, and I told Cooper this too. I said, listen, let me break it down for you. This was important in his decision. I said, there's 40,000 students at the University of Florida. Say half of them are females. There's 20,000 of them, right? Say half of them, of the 20,000, are ugly. That's still 10,000 beautiful women your age.
Yes.
Within close proximity. He said, sign me up.
There's a phone call
Gators.
for you.
Brilliant. Unbelievable.
That's why you're in charge, man.
That's an analogy that I wasn't expecting.
It's a no-brainer.
If you want to go invest money, this guy's something else.
You play the odds and you play your numbers, and I'm like, I'm sure the baseball's good too.
Oh my goodness! All right, get out to that Beef Braised in Lynn Haven. Have a great time. They're incredible. Also, don't forget about Newbies. 4 wonderful locations. John and Charlotte, they always give back to the community. Wonderful people, love them to death. And Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment all spring break for all you spring breakers, and you'll get down to the mothership. Now, if you want to watch all the games being played, Newbies 2 on the Curve, then head down to the mothership. Are you over in town? Having a good time over there, go to the new beautiful blue facility. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. Also, Stevenson Air Conditioner #1, not even close. Love Jason. Also, Steve's Bike Shop. Steve Burdershaw, swim coach at Mosley High School. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. But what should you wear? What should you wear?
Helmet, coach.
Seriously.
Don't be a coach.
We were down, Jim, I don't know if you knew this or not. We were down in Lee County. This guy had been doing weather down there. He's a real popular guy. Did weather down there for years. I think it was Wink. He's a day off. He's riding his bike. They fall over, wrecks, hits his head, dead, gone, buried.
Dang.
So you're right. Wear a helmet. Wear a helmet.
Sometimes when you're out walking in the neighborhood, you might consider wearing a helmet, coach.
Yeah. Thank you. I do wear a helmet when I do my walk in Bay Point, as far as you know. Also, let's talk about some of our other great people we have, like Kyle Vandergriff. Their family, legendary family, and people, they don't like talking about what they've done, what they've accomplished, their family bloodline, the Biltmore house they own. It's amazing, the Vanderbilts, what they have done. They've been married almost 50 years, Don and Judy. Legendary people. And what did they do? They raised 2 wonderful sons. One was an everything athletic director, and the other one, he started TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They designed it, they built it, commercial, residential. They are the best at what they do. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We're right back with the Wildcat with Jason Kovaleski, Jim Bob Brandt, and the one and only Steve Eugene Moss. Be right back.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
This Pistons team, they just have it. Star power. They have a style of basketball the average person loves to see. They like that intensity, that toughness. They like that they were involved in a brawl, and it harkens back to the bad boy Pistons. And when you've got stars on the team like Cade Cunningham, you have kind of everything you're looking for that America can get invested in if their team's not in it.
Evan Canty and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michaels Studio on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We've got some tough questions here for Steve Moss. We drilled Jerry Resser yesterday. Matter of fact, his eyes were watering when I got through with him. As far as you know. No, I love Jerry. His beautiful wife. Steve, what we asked him, we're losing teachers for pay to South Walton and other places. Coaches leaving the great state of Florida to go to Georgia and coach because they've been paid so much more. I think it has a lot to do with the lottery. I think they kind of screwed us over a little bit with the lottery. I think in Georgia they do it correctly, and here we got the lottery, then other things happened. We didn't get the money we thought we'd get. I think they kind of got us a long time ago with that. I know you only got one vote in that. But what you see going down the road, that getting better pay and things like that?
Especially for coaches. So the state legislature is meeting as we speak. There's a bill that's already passed the House. There's a companion bill in the Senate that will allow high school, specifically high school football coaches, to be paid more in regards to accepting booster money and some outside money to supplement what the district pays them. There's lots of coaches, and you hear these stories just over the border in Georgia specifically and some other neighboring states that those football coaches are significantly paid more. So this House bill, and again, there's a companion bill in the Senate, will allow outside entities to supplement football coaches' salaries to keep some of those high-quality football coaches in the state of Florida instead of going someplace else.
All right, let me ask you this. I've always said this. There's more pressure on a baseball coach in the Panhandle of Florida, especially Bay County, than there are football coaches. I've seen football coaches stay here a long time with not very good records. I've seen baseball coaches. We've been doing it, 9-10 years now doing this, yeah. And we see baseball coaches get fired like over one season or two seasons. Right. You got to win in baseball. What about the pay for them? Do they ever look at that? Is that a union thing, or is that how does that work?
It's different. So baseball coaches, at least here in Bay County, get a supplement. They get a supplement. Most of them are on staff at their individual schools, and they get a supplement to coach baseball, but they're on the instructional pay scale. So most of our baseball coaches, if not all of them, are paid as same as a teacher would be. Again, instructional pay scale, and then they are provided a supplement. Our football coaches here in Bay County are paid differently. They're on the administrative pay scale as similar to a principal or what have you. And so oftentimes our football coaches are paid drastically more than our baseball coaches because they're on the admin pay scale. Again, similar to it's a 12-month position, similar to what our principals would be. Baseball coaches are not. They're paid a supplement.
Is anything going forward where they can look into like these big sports? I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these guys. Could they get more of a supplement. Are y'all looking at that? Or is that but I heard that's tied into the union.
To some degree, yes. Supplements in general are, not only for our instructional folks, but especially with athletics and those. So there's a misperception the local school board controls more than we really do in regards to compensation. A lot of it honestly comes from Tallahassee. They tell us this is how much you're going to get paid per student, and then we use that money to pay for a variety of things, not only teacher salaries, but literally utilities, buses, gas, whatever it might be. Florida still, if not 49th, 50th in the state, in the country in regards to average teacher pay.
And I remember we were talking about this earlier. We were going out in the 80s. It was like everybody wanted to go to Florida because it paid more than most schools in the South. And what we should have done really for football is go to Texas. We've been in Texas all those years. Now it's Georgia. Georgia does it right.
They pay well. And we'll have more supplements coming up because we're adding more sports. We added last year. We added the year before girls beach volleyball. That's now a high school sport. We're just added girls flag football. We had our very first girls flag football game last week. Tons. I tell you what, we had more folks show up for that than we had ever anticipated. There were girls trying out at all of our major high schools. You could actually now win a state title in girls flag football. Nice. Next year, the rumor is that not just us, but statewide, they're going to add pickleball. You can actually win a state title now in pickleball starting next year. I kid you not. And then
finally a sport I can get behind.
Now you're talking. And then we're looking to really add back baseball in middle school and softball in middle school here in Bay County.
What about the big one? The wrestling.
So this was before I was on the board, but I think we, as in Bay County, cut wrestling and tennis, middle school that is, back in 2008, back when the financial crisis hit. And so those are some sports we're trying to add back as well. In regards to, of course, the softball and the baseball, I think are probably next on tap in regards to adding those back into middle school. But then wrestling, we added track and field for middle school back a couple years ago. And again, I understand our main goal is to educate the students, but for so many of them, if you give them something else to kind of that carrot we dangle in front of them, that listen, if you keep your grades up, you keep your behavior right, you keep your attendance up, you'll be able to play this particular sport. That is what keeps them coming back and keeps them motivated. Absolutely. So if it's a sport like wrestling or baseball or softball that we don't have, and if that's what's going to motivate that student to do what we want them to do, let's do it.
You got school of choice and go wherever they want. I guess that's going to be here forever.
It's not going away.
Yeah, no more.
It used to be, you attended whatever school you're zoned for, and it is what it is.
Those days
now, in regards to school choice, as long as the school that you're choicing into has capacity. Now, if they're full, they're closed, right? But as long as they have capacity, we in Bay County are big into school choice.
I've been wanting to ask you this, and I just thought about it. They're going to get rid of the Department of Education.
DOE, yeah.
Yeah. How does that affect the individual states?
So the DOE that they're getting rid of is at a federal level, so to speak. It's not going to affect your local school board as much as you think, because again, most of our funding comes from Tallahassee. It does not come from Washington. Now, there are some federal programs, Title I, Title II, those type things that are funded via the federal government in those grants. But the vast majority of our funding doesn't come from the feds anyways in regards to DOE. It comes from the state of Florida Department of Education, that funding. So it might affect some of the federal programs, but the vast majority of it doesn't come from the feds anyways.
I'm glad they're getting rid of it.
I am too. I think controlling it on the state and county levels is more important than being federal, because now the states can choose what they want to do and what curriculum they want to implement. To me, I think that's a better choice.
No doubt.
Because if you don't like what state you live in, you can always move out of state and go to a place that you do align politically or whatever you with.
Yeah, sure.
Are you still moving to California?
No.
Hey, Jim's going to New York.
Negatory ghostwriter.
Pay them 37% state taxes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Talk about our great Tommy Santamont Jr., our new county athletic director. I love Josh.
Josh is doing a good job. For a long time we didn't have a county athletic director, and we were, kind of floundering in regards to having a one central person or department that was in charge of making sure everything was on the same page. We've got 27,000 students here in Bay County. Wow. Some of them play sports, some of them don't. And so we wanted to make sure we had that position reinstated. I think it's now been 2 years where we have a county athletic director, that his lines of communication are each athletic director at each individual school and those principals, to make sure everyone's playing by the rules, on the same page. And it's mainly the ABCs, Coach. You ever heard about the ABCs of athletics?
Absolutely.
Well, they say that if you want to be a good principal, right? If you can be a principal of the year, it's the ABCs. You got to make sure they're on your right page. Athletics, band, and cheerleading.
No doubt.
If you can get athletics, band, and cheerleading, and those parents on board, you be a principal for as long as you want.
I was very critical when they did this, and not you, but I won't mention the name, but I thought we were Bush Lee County when you had a county AD at Rutherford High School's AD doing it. It didn't make any sense. We're the only county in the state was doing that. And everybody didn't like it, but everybody was scared to say anything.
Right.
And it was just, you just don't do that. It was unfair to Kurt, and you just can't have an AD at Rutherford making decisions about everything else else across the county. I thought that was Bush League. I thought that was stupid. And again, that wasn't you doing it, it was somebody else.
Yeah, Josh Lash is our new county. I say new athletic AD. He's been there 2 years, but it's one of the best decisions I think we made as a district. Now,
I love that guy.
A focal point, a central person to go through with compliance and academically eligible folks, and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of moving parts, because athletics is a big deal, not only in Bay County, but in every county.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to talk about your trip. Are you going to go by and see Coach Spurrier at his restaurant before or after the game, or what?
We love to eat at Spurrier's. If you go down to Gainesville, go Sunday morning. They have a brunch there at Spurrier's restaurant, and they have Bananas Foster that is to die for. Wow. The Bananas Foster is the best thing you've ever eaten in your life.
I've never been in it. How big is it?
If you're a college football fan, even if you're not a Gator fan, it's worth going to. His Heisman Trophy is there. Danny Werfel's Heisman Trophy is there. He's got all these different rings, and I mean, it is a really cool restaurant. Even if you're just a college football fan, you have to be a Gator fan. But it's Spurrier's right there in Gainesville. So I don't know if we'll get there tonight or tomorrow. But I texted Coop. I said, "Is tonight still the night?" He said, "Dad, that's what it looks like." He'll get his first action tonight on the mound pitching for the Gators.
Now, you're getting ready to leave. What's the latest on the water on the schools? What are you hearing?
So of the 7 schools that are on Panama City Beach, or I say west of the Hathaway, 5 of them were affected this morning, not having any running water, drinking water, couldn't flush the toilet, et cetera, et cetera. Only Petronas and Walsingham Academy were not affected by the water outage. Now it seems like more of those schools are coming back online. We had bottled water delivered to all of those. The superintendent had said that if it's not up by 8 o'clock, he might make the decision on closing some of those schools. But it looks like the water is finally getting back on slowly at those schools. Did it affect breakfast this morning for them? Yes. But it looks like, knock on wood.
Is this a growing pain? I mean, is this something that's going to start happening more and more because we're growing so fast we can't keep up with the infrastructure?
They said, believe it or not, this was the Panama City Beach Utilities. They were proactive. They shut down the water on purpose. It wasn't like a water main just broke all of a sudden. They gave us a heads up that, hey, the water is going to be off. We're proactive, making some repairs, but it's going to be on by 6 a.m. It was not on by 6 a.m.
Same construction company doing 3.
At 6:15, the city manager of PCB called the superintendent and said, hey, listen, it's not going to be ready at 6. Okay, well, when is it going to be ready? Because we have thousands of students that are on their way to school right now, and if they show up at school and can't flush the toilet, we're going to have issues. Or can't drink from the water fountains or what have you. So anyways, it does look like that some of those schools are coming back online, and that although they were behind schedule, that being the Panama City Beach Utility Department, they have done their job, and it looks like we're finally getting back online with those schools.
Tell Coop we said hello and we're proud of him, and we're going to try to watch him on TV tonight.
ESPN Plus, 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Plus,
5:30 our time,
5:30 Central, where Florida will take on FIU, Florida International University, and Coop will be pitching tonight for the first time as a Gator.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, man. We'll get you back in here. If you see Josh, tell him I said to show up on Thursdays.
I'll do that. And if you see me on TV at the game, you'll see me popping blood pressure medicine. I'm that guy pacing back and forth as my kid's pitching for the first time.
Hey, you're getting ready to go. It's going to be the greatest time of your life, what you're ready to go through.
We're excited. And thanks for your support. I know Coop has been on this show several times, and appreciate the support. It really means a lot to him.
Yeah, we're going to get him on, too. Is he allowed to do that?
I believe so.
Find out about that.
Yeah. For a big NIL deal with the ESPN Sports Radio Northwest Florida, he could be here, Coach.
Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
I can pull some strings.
So that fits into his academics, doesn't it?
Can't get that jewelry, though.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
He might be the one buying
jewelry.
the
Where can we go, Wildcat? What's a great place to get jewelry?
David Adamson, Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Well, you over that way. Get out to Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. And don't forget, we got Pepper's Mexican Grill right here on beautiful Panama City Beach. Panama City Beach Parkway, the old TGI building. They remodeled. It's beautiful in there. Military, go there Monday for lunch and dinner. 10% discount. House margaritas, draft beers. They're incredible. Go check them out. Great place to have a birthday party. Pepper's Mexican Grill. Also, don't forget about Cox Pools. Rich is back with us. Love Richard Cox, the legend. If you're looking for a pool, get it now. Call, get it designed, get them ready, lay it out, let them come do the work, have that thing ready for all this summer heat that we're going to get. Speaking of summer heat, we got Stevenson Air Conditioning. Do we have anything to worry about?
Nope.
Not one thing. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. All right, we're out. Oh, wait a minute. We're right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're going to Florida with him.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Yeah, you come late. You bring donuts or you bring...
I brought donuts last week.
You did a good job.
Yeah, listen, sitting in for Brian today is Coach James Hale.
Well, I'm just upset. I saw a great introduction to Brian. I heard it. I didn't hear anything from you, Glenn.
No, they
Who would do that to you?
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 55 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 50. Tomorrow, partly cloudy much of the day, but with a very small chance of rain showers in the evening and a temperature near 70. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfurt Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Discover Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia during the President's Day sales event going on now and drive away in a new Kia. Now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride. There are a few left on the lot, so stop by for a test drive. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The road is yours. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll give you the perfect peace of mind that you can trust. Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride with $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited, no down payment required. Cannot combine with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 3/2/26.
And here we go. The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Beautiful day here in Paradise. It's cold. It is cold. It's going to start warming up. Heck, I think next day or two we'll be close to 70 degrees or something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, we were...
You all right now?
Yeah, I'm choking. But something happened to me last night. I was like laying there in bed. You know, you've been in my house. You guys been in the house. One side of the house, we have the kids' room. Then you come down the long hallway, you got the den, and you go down, there's our rooms. There's a pretty good distance between. Well, last night, I'm laying there, and I'm like, what in the hell is this? I mean, what in the heck is this noise? It was like a pig. It sounded like pigs or something. This weird noise. I thought about it. It was weird. And the drapes were moving. It was like, what is going on? And I thought maybe I had a bad dream, and I saw the drapes moving and things, so I was going to go get my gun and load it, and I look down the hallway and I walk out in the den and I'm like, what is this noise? It was my roommate in college, Blaine Burnett. You met Blaine. He was snoring. I have never in my life. Then I remembered when Mike Cook died, our roommate in college, we drove from here to Colorado Springs.
You invited your roommate.
I'm talking Colorado Springs.
Well, finish the damn story.
And I stayed in the hotel room, and I almost started crying during the night because he snores so bad. But I had never. Jim, it woke me up in the middle of the night. I mean, you know how far away that is? No human can snore like that. It sounded like a bunch of pigs back there snoring.
You haven't met my wife.
Anyway, why I told you this, I have no idea, but that was.
It seemed relevant at the time.
Yeah, it was a good story.
Well, how do you sleep? I mean, maybe you snore, and that's why you're all the time complaining. He comes in every morning. I didn't get no sleep.
Julie has that pillow
night.
right over his face.
Should I do it? No.
3 o'clock every day. I'm up. Between 3 and 4, I wake up. I don't know what it is. Unbelievable. I've been getting depressed lately, man. All my friends are dying. Found out another one of ours might be dead right now. Had a phone call from a buddy of mine we grew up with and said, man, she's dying.
Maybe they're just getting fed up with the way things are in the world.
No, we're getting at that age. I mean, look at you. I mean,
I do want to send some prayers out to my aunts and my mom. Her dad, my grandfather, is in hospice now. So and he's been sick for a little while.
I just lost my mother 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
He's one of the most important people in our family. Him and my grandmother made like every birthday, every Christmas special. We always had Christmas dinners at their house. So shout out to my aunts and my mom for what they're going through right now.
I have such a sweet, loving son. my Jared Hale, the legend. He just texted me. I appreciate it. That made me feel really good. You sound like Joe Biden. Why would he do that? Why would you say that? He knows how I feel about Joe Biden. Yeah. So I'm like Joe Biden. That's okay. Buy your own lunch. Anyway, I'm glad they got flag football coming. You and I have seen the Powerpuff Games at Arnold High School, how big they are. The kids loved them. People showed up to them. The kids love playing that. My granddaughter, I'm telling you, Layton's an incredible athlete. So I can't wait to watch her play.
Girls wrestling's blown up. Have you ever gone to wrestling?
Weightlifting. Girls weightlifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, softball's big. I love softball. I want to get this in before we get out of here today. I've had it for a while. This is the latest national championship odds for college football 2026, way too early. And I think they got this because of their schedule. Look at their schedule. I shared it. Look at their schedule. Notre Dame has the easiest path to the national championship playoffs than anybody. They don't play in a conference. They don't have a conference championship game. That's one less opportunity to lose. And they should not lose. Miami's the only game they really have to worry about, in my opinion. They got a plus 650 to win the national championship. And they're tied with the Ohio State Buckeyes, the two teams with the best chance to win it all. Ohio State, Notre Dame, plus 650. Look at Ohio State's schedule this year compared to what they played in the last couple of years.
They got the number one ranked schedule. Yeah,
it's tough.
They play 5 top 15
They're not
teams.
going undefeated.
No,
I don't care how good they are. So. They're not going to go undefeated.
They won it all 2 years ago and lost 2 games.
Right.
I don't worry about that.
But they go to Texas. They go to Oregon, I believe. They go to Indiana. They got Michigan. They got
Iowa
Penn
too.
State.
I'm looking forward to the
Iowa.
Indiana game.
I believe they got USC too at home. So it's one of the toughest schedules in the country.
Can you believe I would ever think I'm looking forward to a Ohio State-Indiana game? That just blows my mind. That's like Alabama-Vandy or something. And speaking of Indiana, they have they're tied with Texas with the second best chance to win a national championship. No, they're number 2 by themselves. Indiana plus 700.
They actually have a legit schedule this year. In the last 2 years, their schedule's been...
All right. Okay. I know the regular season was, you're right. They had it easy, but look who they beat in playoffs.
No, I'll give them all the credit. They were the best team last year for sure.
Yeah.
They
didn't have a close game.
There's no easy pass when you get to the playoffs now. You're playing 4 really good teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all the credit to them. But their regular season schedule allows them to kind of stub their toe a little bit, figure some stuff out.
Yes.
And like he said, they're not practicing 3-4 hours a day, hour and a half, get them out of there.
Yeah.
And they're playing a lot of guys, and they're able to develop, some team chemistry when you don't have to face a Texas or an Alabama or Georgia in your out of conference. But this year they get Oregon, I believe USC, Michigan, and Ohio State. So
yeah, there's no doubt it's tougher.
Yeah.
Number 3 best odds win a championship, the Texas Longhorns. They got to play Ohio State at at Texas this year, plus 750.
So when does he get on the hot seat if he doesn't win it?
Well, you know, when they thought he was going to go to Alabama, they did like FSU. They gave him a big contract, a lot of years. Of course, they got the money to pay off an $70 million check. They can do it. Texas A&M did it.
I think with their portal additions, they may have the best roster this year. You had a Coleman with the way he played at the end of the year. They got a couple running backs and top two running backs in the portal. They got the best running back. They got the best receiver. Yeah, they're loaded. They should be. They already have defensive players that were just sophomores and freshmen that were All-Americans. The thing about them, Jason, they were getting good at the end of the year. Yeah. And I'm with Stark. He said if they didn't play that Texas game, if they'd have played Texas Christian or somebody.
You're talking about playing Ohio State.
Yeah. If they would not have played Ohio State, who knows? We might be talking about them as national. You don't know.
But what if Ohio State goes into Austin and beats them the first game of the year? I think
they'll shoot to number one.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like he could be on the hot seat because how much as much money as they spend in the offseason, this is a team that they built just kind of like Miami did last year, kind of like Ohio State did the year before. There's a lot of veterans on this team. There's a lot of guys they kept in the house, and they went out and got the best wide receiver out of the portal, the best 2 running backs out of the portal. They got maybe the top 5 quarterback, offensive lineman they addressed. I mean, they went out and got defensive lineman. They spent a ton of money to build this roster, and it's to win a national championship. If they don't, where do you go from there?
I think you're right. All right, let's talk about your store. We got about 30 seconds. Tell me where you're located.
We're on 23rd Street and in Pier Park North, but we do have an event coming up on March 14th that we're sponsoring with Anytime Fitness and Beef O'Brady's in Callaway. This is going to be at the Anytime Fitness in Callaway. It's a strongman contest. It's teams of 2. They're going to have like an Atlas ball carrying, fire truck pull. It's going to be a great event the week before St. Patrick's Day. So come out and support that. And if you want to sign up, just go to Anytime Fitness's website page and you can sign up there.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
The Celtics play very well against good teams because they don't lose their identity, but that's the difference. The Lakers are entitled. When the going gets tough for the Celtics, they band together. When the going gets tough for the Lakers, you can see by the results, they fold.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday.